Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. Now, I turned on my machine and this was the screen that was on there, and I thought, wow, this will be fantastic. This is exactly what I was looking to do, and you couldn't get a better opening photo for the background as I give you the information that I'm going to give you. So, what's new Tuesday? That way. So, the game board is new. Now, there's some things you need to know about the game board, and I'm going to do the explanation for you. It's pretty basic, and I'm going to show you how you can go and get the information in case you forget on your own Xbox. I assume there's some variation that's similar to PlayStation, but I'm on Xbox, so I'll do it on Xbox, and you should get some idea or some way to do this yourself if you're on PlayStation. But it's pretty basic. It's a 3x3 game board, but it's a little intricate in its execution. So we're going to go to that. I guess this screen has been on here long enough, so let's go, shall we? Go to the challenges. Game board it is. Now, as you can see, 3x3, 9 slots of game board. Now, I looked on the list, and I'm going to show you the list. I think this time they pulled their heads out and created 9 different specific challenges that you get in a random order. Okay, instead of having repeats of the same garbage that you didn't need in previous game boards. But one of the things that I did test personally was that it does work. As you can see, I have played 2 games, and I'm going to show that to you. One was in multiplayer, one was in co-op. As you can see, in those 2 games that I played, I got 2 points of the 4 that I needed on the win 4 battles. Now, the win 4 battles you'll see when we get to the actual game explanation that you have to play different classes. So, my first game was a light tank, Cold War BMP. The second game was an artillery. There's no artillery in Cold War, so it's World War II. So let's go check out the games, and you can see what I said is true. Okay, these are today's games. This was from yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I don't know. Let's look and see. Yeah, that was yesterday. So, there you go. That is my BMP light tank check off. And this is my artillery game check off. Now, there will be another video that I'm making today. The second video will be about the brand new Swedish artillery. And this game will be figured into that because I played in a game specifically looking to see that Swedish artillery, and we did that. So that will be the second video. This is the first video of the day. All right. So now I'm just back in the generic. In fact, there's my artillery right there. Now, to go to the website, best way to do it, the easiest way to do it on Xbox, go to your store. Click over to War Chests. Oh, by the way, let's open the free War Chest today. Maybe we get something good. Best thing you can get, either a camo voucher or a day of premium. Ta-da! Hey, man, sometimes you get lucky. Okay, so go into any one of these war chests. We'll just take this one here. And you see on the very bottom, which is over there, hit the Y button on my controller, and it's going to bring up the Microsoft website. All right, let's get rid of that garbage. All right, now we're on the website. Here's war chests. Now, the thing you want is not war chests. Crud. Get off me. We want to go to the news. And scroll down. This is what's happening. The whole thing for this week. Useful, perhaps. But this is what you really want. It's this game board business. Let's go click on this orange. So now, earn your rewards from the Gods of Thunder game board. All right, let's cruise down here, and this will have the explanation of what you need to see. And it's kind of intricate. All right, so here you go. These are the different goals. So you can read the whole thing there. Deal 1,500 damage in 4 different vehicles. Okay, no problem. And all of these have some kind of technicality, like 4 different vehicles here. Deal 5% of the team's total damage 6 different times. That'll be interesting. I have ideas for snipers or artillery to do that, or anything else where you're really good at those vehicles. Destroy 1 or more enemies in 6 different nations' vehicles. Wow, that's a good one. Assist in 350 damage in 6 different vehicles. Okay, not too bad. Destroy a track. How many? I don't know. Oh, 6 times. 6 different games. Oh, actually, it doesn't say games. It says times. Well, okay, there you go. Place in the top 7 spot assistants in your team 5 times. That is an easy one with a Cold War light tank if you're good at Cold War light tanks. Win 4 battles in different classes. Now, I've already gotten 2 of those. 1 in multiplayer, 1 in co-op. So you can do co-op and you can do multiplayer. You don't have to do one or the other. You can choose your poison, as they say. Earn 500 base XP. Now, if you remember last week with the earn operation, that was base XP. So play tanks that score well for you using 6 different nations' vehicles. Okay, I can do that. America, British, German, I guess, yeah, Russian. Churchill 3 is a great Russian tank for that. And then I guess I need to do probably a France, because I have a bunch of Frenchy tanks. And maybe a Cold War, I don't know. Something like that. Play 6 platoon battles. Well, if you're a friendless freak, you're in trouble. However, there is a solution for that as well. And I will show you that one. You know, the obvious joke solution is get a friend. Be friendly, okay? Be friendly and you could do this, no problem. Okay, restriction, World War II available in all tiers. Cold War available in all tiers. There you go. And you can do it in multiplayer or co-op. We've proven that because I've shown you the evidence. These guys, you know, they screw up left and right, so you can't trust them to be accurate. So these are the things you're going to get. All right? So ×8 commander boosters, pretty useful. That rookie dice, that's terrible. I would never use that. If I put that on one of my tanks, I'd have to kick my own ass. Okay? 3 days of premium, always good. I don't like gimmick camouflages. We're stuck with it. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care for this either. I'm not sticking this on my tank, although there is a joke to be had here because it happens so often because their physics is just wrong. It speaks for itself. Free experience boosters. Okay, nothing super spectacular. But I guess if you're playing a moneymaker match, which I have discussed in the past, using Era 3 tanks like the Brazilian EE medium, M60AX will work. Peace Cells works pretty good. K1 works. Those Era 3 tanks with low reload times. You can make a lot of silver, and my guess is that you could also make a decent amount of free experience. Whatever floats your boat. I don't really worry about it. I just hoard free experience to trade it in for tanks. And right now I've been hoarding like a maniac, and so I have about 750,000 free XP. So I'm going to get for sure either a tier 10 or secondly an Era 3 tank on the free XP. We'll see. I don't know what's going to come up. Hopefully something interesting that I would like. Anyway. World War II says, yeah, available. Okay. Then the other thing is this. No, wait a second. I saw it. The ultimate goal is that we're going to get 3 war chests when you're done. Should not be too bad. Oh, there we go. The Gods of Thunder game board is a 3x3 board. After you fill in all 9 squares of your game board with stamps, you'll get the ultimate prize. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of this season's war chest, which is the Gods of Thunder war chest. Outstanding. So, my advice to you, get on this board. Get going. If you're working on contract, do it in multiplayer, and you can, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, you're going to kill 3 birds. You're going to get individual stamp rewards. You'll get, multiplayer contract rewards, and then you'll get eventually 3 war chest rewards. And my boy Wrongway last night, I helped him finish off his second earned war chest, and his first war chest from the experience was 800 gold. Then he got the stage 69 season pass war chest, and he held on to that one and got his second tank XP earned war chest, and he opened the last 2 together, and he got another 800 and a 500. So he got 800, 800, 500, 2,100 gold in 3 war chests. Don't try this at home. I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get anywhere close to 2,100. But it was awesome, okay? Who knows? You might even get a tank. Or you might get my kind of luck out of those sometimes. I got 250s. I got the brownie slap in the face. That's what he calls it. 50 gold and like 140,000 silver. Here's a slap in the face is what he called it. The other one I got was 50 gold and some, minor boosters. Hey, sometimes you get 50 gold and 50 gold. Sometimes you get 800 and 800 like Wrongway. Hey, whatever happens, happens. So cross your fingers and best of luck to you on those 3 war chests. So that covers that. Now let's go back and check out the rest of the What's New Tuesday. Okay. More anniversary business, tier 2 combat cars. Goof around tanks is what they are. Obviously, I got my war chest. This was from yesterday. I don't know. I don't care. There's going to be another generic garbage commander like this. Sorry. No offense, sir. but the drawing of your face is not very good. So I don't like these badly drawn, and we have another badly drawn two-dimensional commander coming up in this season's 3 things. Now the third thing that comes up I saw was a pretty good tank, actually. It's half off. Well, if you don't have it, you might want to consider it, because I have it and doesn't help because I have so many. It's a good premium tank. What in the heck was it? Something that I thought was very useful and I can't remember. I could go look, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, anyway, we got that covered. Whatever. Same 3, what have you. Really good. I'm not paying 10 grand for it. I already have it. You know, I traded for mine, so you know, I did a trade-in to get that tank, and it's really great. If you don't have an advanced premium Era 2 missile shooter tank and you want one, it's one of the best ones to get. The best one to get in Era 2 would be the ELC SS-12, the Minion tank, that little tiny jerk. That one was a freebie from Christmas. Haven't seen it for sale yet, if ever. I don't know. So, you know, if that tank never comes up for sale, this is a great one to have. So, yeah, just give you the heads up on that. And this one is Leopard 2AV. What is that? I think it's at Era 2. World War II tanks. Sorry. This is the artillery. As I mentioned, I will be making a video about this artillery, and that's a separate video because you'll see why when I make the video. Anyway, I checked it out, and here's the thing. I'll give you the quote-unquote preview of what you need to know. It looked good to me, all right, but my analysis is that if you have the Equalizer Tier 8 Premium Artillery, that's what this is. This is a Tier 8 Premium, 50% silver bonus. If you have the Equalizer like I do, it's not a necessity. I'm an artillery guy, and I'm like, I don't really need this, but I kind of would like to play it. You know, if I could rent it, I would rent it and play it and go, okay, yes or no. You know, you need to have a 1-game free trial ability or whatever. They've completely missed the boat by not allowing you to do this. It seems like it's really good, and I would say roughly equal to the Equalizer. It might slightly be better, but it's gigantic compared to the Equalizer. Let me show you here. You know, this is very similar in configuration, but this back end atrocity, I don't even know what this is. Okay, let's look. There we go. Let's look at the armor. So yeah, you know, you're gonna get shot in this thing and take damage, which is way uncool. All right, that atrocity hanging back from the cab. I guess it's an open air cab. You know, like I said, if you have an Equalizer, I don't think this is necessary. Now, you might be an artillery dork like myself, and it would be fun, what have you. The stock accuracy on this tank is better than the stock accuracy of the Equalizer. I don't know how the direct comparison with Commander fully decked out and has, you know, and when you have the minimum reload, but essentially, if you have the Equalizer, I'd say you don't need this unless you just really want it, and you know, more power to you. If you are an artillery guy who doesn't have the equalizer. You know, the equalizer, I don't believe is on sale right now. So that's the deal. This one would be a cheaper price if it was. The equalizer is at least 8,000. I think it's 8,000 gold for the equalizer. This is a hair less, like 7,900. But I thought this, you know, on the just the stat observation, I would say they are so close to being the same. This one might be slightly better, but if it is, it's like slightly better. And when you see my second video, you'll understand why I make this determination from what I have. You have yet to see. I have already seen. You'll see it when you see my video. So I thought this is a good artillery. Now, butt kicker, but half price is the price you need, or get it on a trade-in, what have you. This is a butt kicker, the icebreaker. You know, but it's not 7,000 plus, whatever, unless you're hardcore looking for a heavy tank in World War II. In which case, you know, rock and roll. Gold is gold. Regiments. Everything in here is awful except maybe this tank. So I'm hoarding my points, and this game board is going to help me build up a lot of points towards this tank. I did not get the tank from the first season of Regiments. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, make sure you download your season free pass if you you know, starter pack. Tank of the month, not bad. You know, the Chasseur de Char, Frenchie. Big tier 8. Now the thing is, these are only $10 plus tax, so basically like $10.80 something cents, okay? The advantage is you get the tank, tier 8, you know, heavy tank, garage slot. You get some boosters here, which is silver booster. Yes, 10 silver boosters, which is good. And then 850 gold, which is like $5 worth of gold. You know, so, and you get 3 days of premium. Tank of the month is a good deal in general. What it does is it allows you to try out such and such a tank for a dirt cheap price. Hey, if you don't like it, trade it in later. It's trade-in time. I don't know. It's up to you. I had the, what was it? The MLE 49 tier 8 Frenchie. And that was a pretty good tank. And this looks like it's the same basic tank, or close enough. So whatever floats your boat. So be on the lookout for my second artillery video. I'm going to start making that as soon as I finish this one. I got to publish this dude and then get it out and get on the other one. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Tell your friends. This will help them a lot in handling the game board. And remember, oh yeah, I was thinking I was going to tell you, on Xbox, if you need to find someone to do platoon battles, you can hit your Xbox guide button, and we want to go looking for a group. What happens here, there you go. So this allows you to find guys to play with if you want to do a platoon battle. I've used this before when I was on and none of my friends were on playing. So there you go. This is how you can play in a platoon, you know, maybe meet somebody that, you know, is a good player that you get along with. Always a bonus that you would not meet any other way. Usually these guys are using headsets, makes your game better. So that's the deal there. So that covers this one. I guess I'm out of here. So tell your friends. It'll help them do better and complete their game board easier. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Check out my artillery video. And as always, like and subscribe.